Hey fam, we are at the East African Slave Exhibit.
So we started here for security screening area.
Okay. Oh, okay. The East African Slave Exhibit. Okay.
You have me now?
Yes. Asante.
All right. So welcome to Former Slave Markets. Here we have the church, where the church was built with the African sisters. The same spot where slave market used to be. We have the monument. You can see how the African ancestors they used to walk into the caravan with original chain hanging around the neck. We have the dungeons. We're gonna see also the place where the African ancestors they were kept before taken to the markets. And they also have the exhibition room where you can meet with the terrible pictures, terrible stories, which are explaining the deep history about the African ancestors.
Okay.
So you are warmly welcome
Yes.
to Former Slave Market, please.
Asante sana.
Okay, karibu.
Asante.
Zanzibari.
Zanzibari?
Yeah. Are you Zanzibarian?
No.
Mama just like the name.
Okay.
That's the son.
Okay. What about you, brother? What your name?
Adriane.
Freddie.
Freddie.
Alexander.
Alexander.
Oh, okay. Nina Faraha Kukutana Freddie.
Oh, no.
Nimekufurahi kukutana na wewe.
Yeah, no way. Oh. This.
Oh, yeah.
Jaribu Kalenga. Bonjour.
Wow.
You don't have to send me all of that.
I am.
Right, so welcome to Former Slave Market again. So of course, once you get a ticket, we provide the guide. You can check around to explain to you because there is no information like the moment here. Now information also have the churches. There's no information in the dungeons. Also, there's no information. That's why now once you get a ticket, we give the guide, and the guide is included in your ticket. So there is no extra cost of the guide. But maybe if you're happy, you can TIP the guide. But if you're happy, it will be your option. Great. So these are the slave monuments. The slave monument was made by a Swedish woman called Clara Solness. She was the teacher at Bagamoyo University, and she was teaching the art subject. But after she got to the story about the slave trade which were based in East Africa, she decided to make the monument just to show how the African ancestors they used to work with the caravans. But the chain which you see, it is original. But the one here who don't have the chain to were the slave master, but also he was a slave.
Oh, wow.
So this is the way how slaves used to work with the caravan. But also they put them to the pit because African ancestors also they were kept to the dungeons and they put them there just to test how strong are they, and those who survived they were taken to the markets. Remember, the market was twice per week. It was a Tuesday and a Friday. So slaves were not sold on Tuesday. They take them back to the dungeons. They wait until the Friday market. And where on the Friday market, slaves they were sold by low prices. People were bargaining, and slaves who were totally not sold on a Friday, they were killed because slave dealers they wanted to bring the fresh slaves.
Oh, wow.
So that's when now they use for a Black Friday.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I think I actually remember hearing something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
So that's what our American Black.
Friday holiday. I'm becoming a Tasmanian citizen.
So then, this is just on the monument. If you don't care, you can take a couple of the pictures from here. I got to take you to the church. I want to go
This the church?
Yeah, I want to go explain to you about the church. Why the church and slave trade? That's one thing which I want to go to explain.
That's why we don't like the church.
Oh, wow.
It happened within the church.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Americans.
Yep.
So Hakuna Matata?
Hakuna Matata.
Did you get that?
Oh no, I didn't.
Make sure you get the windows and stuff.
This is what people, when they came here, they were saying that Jesus was white, which is not true. Jesus was black.
Oh, we know that.
And we got it on camera. What? Get that one? Which one? The window.
Oh.
The art.
So let's push on.
Look at this. Oh wow.
You have a duck in your pocket? So, did like rulers sit, or like the higher people sit in those chairs under the arches?
The priest
Uh-huh.
sit over there. And this for the church choir.
Choir, singers.
The choir here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. How long did you stay here in Zanzibar?
3 days.
2 days. And how long did you stay in Tanzania?
We're going back.
Maybe in May.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. Great. So, welcome again to the church. But the name of this church is called the Anglican Church. Anglican Church is the first church in Central and East Africa. But before I want to explain about this church, I would like to explain about slave trade, which was based in East Africa. Then later, we can see the connection of the church and the slave trade. So slave trade in East Africa, it was started on the 15th century. It was started by the Portuguese. And after the Portuguese, the Arabs, they took over the colony. And after the Arabs, the British or the English people, they took over the colonies. So slaves, they were from Tanganyika, Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, Zambia, Mozambique, Kigoma, Ujiji, Tabora, to Zanzibar. And why Zanzibar? Because Zanzibar is an island, so that the slaves cannot escape.
Escape, yeah.
But at the time, the African ancestors, they used to work into the caravan while there was in heavy chaining around the neck, hands, also along the legs, and they work while carrying the luggages like ivory and skins, copper, and other commodities which were from in Africa. But the slaves who couldn't walk a long distance, slave dealers, they used to touch them the chains under the bigger trading forest, and they left them in the forest, and they were eaten by wild animals.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is because the weak slaves, there was no longer to them. But the strong slaves, they continued to walk up to the village which was near to the coast, or to the sea area, which was called Bagamoyo.
Bagamoyo.
So Bagamoyo means lies your heart.
Yeah.
That is Swahili, but it is in Tanganyika. Let me credit things. People of today, they used to confuse between Tanzania and Zanzibar.
In Zanzibar, yeah.
But when you say Tanzania, it means the union between two countries, which is Tanganyika
And
and Zanzibar. That's why now when you write the word it's Tanzania, you get a T-A-N.
T-A-N.
Yeah, that was
Ten.
T-A-N, Tan.
Yeah.
That was representing Tanganyika.
Tanganyika.
You get a Z-A-N, Zanzibar.
Right,
So
yeah.
Tanzania,
Yeah.
Tanganyika, and Zanzibar.
I read that history before we got
Right.
here.
Okay, so Bagamoyo in there, but from there they brought them here in Zanzibar. But once the slave dealers allied with their African ancestors in Zanzibar, there was almost 15 dungeons in here, which was used for hiding them before taken to the market. And the market was at the center of this church, where it was before the church.
Wow.
Wow.
It was the open platform here. And at the higher altar there was a piece of tree we call yoyoba. Have you had yoyoba oil?
Your boy?
Yeah.
No.
Jojoba oil.
No.
Jojoba
Oh,
oil.
jojoba oil. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's kind of tree which you to make shampoo for the hair
Uh-huh.
and the skin oil, but
Yeah.
here in Zanzibar we use it as the aphrodisiac, but just only for Zanzibarian. So tree wasn't there. So when it was a day market, slave dealers, they took slaves from the dungeons up to the place where the tree used to be, and then before selling them, they tied them on the tree and they whipped them just to test it as strong and weak.
Yeah.
See, because the strong were sold by high prices and the weak were sold by low.
Wow.
But the African woman was useless to them.
Was what?
Useless to them.
Useless. Yeah.
Because they were using them for enjoying with them, cooking food and housekeeping only. But what they put them up, they used to kill them because these white people, they didn't want to mix with the Africans. And sorry for this. Sometimes the slave dealers, they used to take off the head of the children, they cut heads, they took intestine and also they cut the legs for fishing. So kids was used as the fishing bitings.
Just like in America, they used to use them for crocodile bait.
Yeah.
I just made a connection with the Egyptian culture, but we're not going to do that right now.
And so sometimes the men were castrated so that they can not interbreed with Arabs women, British women and whatever.
Yeah.
But these slaves who were sold in Zanzibar, they were exported in Arabs countries, French countries, and Middle East countries also. But there was other slaves who were from in West Africa, like Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, they were sent to America. Okay? And in Africa, there were three groups of the people who used to come in Africa. The first group was explorers. The second group was traders, the one who were trading our African ancestors together with other commodities which were from in Africa. The third group were the missionaries.
Missionaries?
Yes, the one who came here just to introduce the Christianity. But the aim to introduce Christianity is they wanted to, so they were still taking commodities from Africa, but it was in different ways.
Yeah.
And they came to introduce Christianity. And when they came to introduce Christianity, the aim was to sophisticate the hearts of the Africans. It's because they did bad things to the Africans. So they would say, oh, how can we reach in Africa again? That's
Right.
when they used to come with this task of introducing Christianity. And in the Bible, say there is like a 10 commandments. One very strong they use come with it. Love your friend is how you love yourself. Which means that if you love yourself, you cannot kill your friend. So that's when now we have the Christians today. And I know Christian because they came here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so on 1850, there was the bishop from England. So he came in Zanzibar, and his name was called Edward Steer. But he came in Zanzibar while his aim was to introduce the Christianity here. But on the time this island was under the Sultan, the one who shifted from Oman, Muscat to Zanzibar. So most of the people who were living in Zanzibar was the Muslims. The Sultan was combating them from their religion, because of the time before the Arabs and these white people in Africa, there was no Christian and Muslim.
Yeah, right.
We had our own
Spirituality.
Yes.
You just
People
worship
were believing
God.
in different ways, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when they came, that's when they were introducing their religions in Africa. Right. So, but the aim of the bishop was also to introduce Christianity. But he founded the business of selling slaves in here. But he decided to go to the markets, and where he was buying the slaves. After buying them, we were teaching them the Bible, converting them to Christianity, and setting them free. So actually, he looks good, but he's not good. If you don't accept to be the Christian, you're still a slave.
Yeah.
So first, it's like you accept to be the Christian, and then
Just
you're
like
free.
in the
Yeah, so
Crusades,
it was
all
a-
the people they
yeah,
killed.
exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's when now he do this church. But when he was buying the slaves and doing like that stuff things, there was a battle, the fighting between the bishop and the sultan. Because the sultan, he didn't want the bishop to introduce the Christianity here. But the bishop, he was supported by the English. Because he
You're
was
right.
English also, because also It was during the Industrial Revolution in Europe. So people were using machines and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there's no need to take the peeps in different areas.
Yeah.
So that's when now when the British or the English came in here, they were introducing the new modern slavery. They stopped taking our African ancestors to their countries. They let them stay to their homes, but they were using them in different ways.
Yeah.
Like taking them for the plantations, but they didn't give them enough wages.
Yeah.
So it was like the new modern slavery.
Yeah. Just like in America.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay? So then, of the slave trade.
What was that date again?
Huh?
What was the date?
Oh, it was 5 June on 1873.
Okay.
That was official abolishment of the slave
Hello?
trade. But illegal, it was abolished on 1909.
So they would sleep
Yeah,
here.
yes.
How many can fit?
I'm coming.
How many?
I'm coming.
He's gonna tell us all of that. Wow.
Right, so on the time that I was almost 15 dungeons like this, which was used for keeping the African ancestors before taken to the market. But they keep these two just only for the history. At the time there was no light, it was very dark in here.
Right.
There was only one ventilation at the middle with a very small size. It is original, and that too was added later. And slaves who were staying in here was only women and children. They stay in this room for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, with no water to drink, no food to eat. And they were sleeping up in here, and down was used the toilet. There was 25 children and 50 women in here, so it was 75 slaves who were staying in here.
So you
With
said
no water.
25 women and children?
No,
25
children.
Children, 50 women. Oh, wow.
So 75.
And then this is the toilets,
That.
the grounds.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so then many slaves they died because of suffocation with air, because there was only one ventilation. They die because of diseases. It's because sometimes when water coming from the ocean to clean these rooms, because slaves were not given water to drink, so sometimes they fetch water and they're drinking it. That was not the
That was oof.
diarrhea and other diseases.
Yeah.
And on the time there was no special area which was using for burying. So if pigs died here, they used to put them down here. And they wait until the high tide water coming from the sea, taking the body dance, washing everything here, the ocean.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so guys, we are stepping to the body deaths of the African ancestors, sheets, bloods, tears, and everything down in here. Okay? But also the dealers, they didn't take slaves who speak the same language in the same place, because they felt that they can communicate.
Right.
So they can plan how to escape them.
Yeah, because there's so many
what they
different
did was to
dialects.
beat them so that they cannot communicate. So many African sisters, they were separated with their families. They had a terrible life because of the weather. They had no future of daily life, and the food also. And sometimes the African sisters, they were killed even if they had a small mistake. They were killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So today I can give like an example of how it was to the African ancestors, like the cow to the grazing, the sheep to the place where they sleep. So the same like here, the African ancestors hit them. So sometimes it was better to die than to survive.
That's why some of them,
Yeah.
Is that why some of them drunk the water and stuff like that? Get the disease?
Yeah. Yeah. But the next room is the small size than this, and that was for
smaller.
the men. Yes, very small. That was for the men.
I get fit, so I don't
And there was
don't matter to me.
oh my goodness.
So why is it not like empty? Why is it here like those? You know, it would be bigger without those parts.
Some sit here too.
because they were for the slave master. You were saying here that's
In
what.
order to control. There is
Yeah. But also was only one window.
You
That
only
one,
can
which is
50
small.
people in here.
It's the original.
I
But
mean,
the
like,
next one, the
you
new
can,
one.
It's
but,
new.
like, you're
So
gonna
that's
be
the
crouching,
original.
lying
Wow.
on each
That's
other, right?
small.
Yeah,
Wow.
they didn't care if maybe
So original
Die,
window right there.
And that's the
Well,
new
if you want
window.
to sell someone to be
It is
alive,
much smaller. Oh.
This is crazy, y'all. So much. It's just like how stuff was in America. And then some people try to say slavery didn't happen. It's crazy.
Right, so we're coming now exhibition room, that is introduction, so you're going to take pictures and how I said before. But in here you're going to be by your own because everything is written. I was very happy to be your tour guide today in here at the Farmers Market. So have a wonderful time, enjoy your tour. Asante sana. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Asante sana.
Good day. Mambo. No, she got issues.
So yes, we are taking a break. I needed to eat. We've been walking around for a minute. We are at Krishna Vegetarian Restaurant in Zanzibar. So yeah, I will make sure to actually get the food this time. I never forget that because I'm sorry y'all, but I never understood that concept. I was never the one to take a picture and put my food on Facebook, social media, and all of that. It wasn't.
You missed out on an amazing trend.
The trend just did not make sense to me. I love y'all, but I didn't really care what y'all was eating for dinner. You know. But since I'm in Zanzibar and we're traveling and vlogging, I'm going to make sure to do that for you all this time. Because even my sister made a comment, how we know the food good if we ain't got no picture of it? So I'll make sure to handle that this time. So we'll get back to you when the food gets here and we eat good and be comatose. Alright.
Comatose. Szechuan fingers.
Szechuan.
Fingers.
So we got some spring rolls,
And we're also
samosas,
waiting for
and
potato
Szechuan
balls.
fingers. And
With
we got some roti and
which is
potato balls coming as
another
well.
type of naan, which is
So we got some mango chutney and like a yogurt sauce. I
As you
don't
can see, my mom is recording for our family channel, like always.
know.
You will be seeing her.
So how do you like the samosa, Jaden?
Is it better than the samosas over the bakery? No.
He said no, the samosa got meat in it. Are you crazy?
It's vegetarian. It's good for you. Okay, I'm gonna try one of these and dip it
That's
in
my daughter. She's recording for her channel.
I don't even know if this is coconut or yogurt. It looked like grits.
It's like a buttermilk thing that they did.
Hold up. Ooh,
Is it
that's
good? Is it? That?
Oh wait, I'm upside down.
That is good? Okay, let me try. Not bad. That is good.
I gotta be hungry. Cause ain't no meat on this table.
So y'all, we got turned around and this nice gentleman is helping us go back to our hotel. Because we did a lot of twists and turns leaving that restaurant. Oh my gosh. And getting to that restaurant. So we just touring the different sides now. We're actually not far from the beach. We might go to Prison Island tomorrow. So that's definitely going to be interesting. And there are some actual slave museums right here in Stonetown. So we might, Jaden decides to video bomb, but yeah, so we're going to go home and rest a little bit. And then we'll head back out later on. Jay need to get some schoolwork done anyway. He said that's the estate of the president. Right there. Yeah, State House. Whew.
It's gonna be on our left side.
Victoria Garden.
You know, we're right in front of the garden.
Yeah.
Victoria Garden.